In recent weeks, rumors have been spreading through Washington that a covert power struggle may be unfolding inside the White House, one that could soon erupt into a full-blown political crisis. At the center of this quiet storm stands Vice President J.D. Vance, a man who not long ago publicly called Donald Trump an idiot, and even compared him to Hitler, and yet now serves as Trump's closest political partner. According to sources close to the national security establishment, cited by Politico and later confirmed by The Atlantic, Vance and his inner circle have been holding an increasing number of closed-door meetings with select Republican lawmakers. Officially, these gatherings are presented as discussions about tariffs or agricultural policy. But insiders claim the real conversations go far deeper, touching on plans to redistribute power within the administration itself. Behind the scenes, the phrase "quiet transition" is reportedly being used more and more. A potential scenario in which the vice president gradually gains authority under the pretext of helping the president manage growing foreign policy and legal crises. Tensions rose sharply after a classified chat leak exposed internal debate over U.S. military strikes on Yemen. In the leaked messages, Vance called the decision to attack the Houthis a dangerous mistake, directly contradicting Trump's stance. According to the Washington Post, this was the first clear documented instance of the vice president publicly breaking ranks with the president on a national security issue, and it sent shockwaves through Washington. Former National Security Council staff say the White House reacted with alarm, viewing Vance's dissent as a public signal of division, something that could embolden rivals like China, Russia, and Iran. Meanwhile, Reuters reports that Vance has been privately telling senators that the president is guided by outdated instincts and that America needs a more pragmatic approach, words that amount to a subtle but systematic campaign of undermining Trump's authority. Financial insiders told the FT that Vance is also lobbying for federal funding toward biotech and AI startups tied to his own investment portfolio, using his growing influence to build a network of loyal allies within the government. Think tanks linked to the Pentagon have even warned that Vance is constructing an alternative power structure, complete with sympathetic lawmakers, media figures, and policy experts who could rally behind him if a crisis erupts. According to the New York Times, the vice president hosted a private Capitol meeting in January to discuss continuity of government in case of extraordinary circumstances. While the meeting was framed as a discussion about security protocols, the tone reportedly hinted at a future in which presidential powers could be shifted to the vice president, possibly under the 25th Amendment. Axios further reports that Vance's communications team has been quietly building relationships with influential conservative editors, potentially preparing an information campaign that could weaken Trump in the event of falling approval ratings or renewed legal trouble. Inside the administration, unease is growing. The Atlantic quotes one insider describing the atmosphere as paranoid and distrustful. Staff no longer know who will be targeted next, or who secretly reports to whom. While there's no formal evidence of a conspiracy, the increasing number of leaks and strategic moves have left many wondering if Washington is witnessing the rise of a soft coup, not through protests or elections, but through bureaucratic maneuvering at the highest levels. Analysts at the Brookings Institution compare the situation to a palace coup, a quiet takeover where a leader becomes isolated from their own apparatus. Vance, at just 40 years old, enjoys growing support from Silicon Valley investors and a faction of Republicans weary of Trump's constant chaos. His image as a calm, data-driven pragmatist stands in sharp contrast to Trump's impulsive, combative style. According to CNN, this calculated image shift is no accident. Vance is being subtly promoted by the very media outlets that once attacked Trump, now portraying him as the future of the Republican Party. Over the past 3 months, mentions of Vance in major U.S. publications have nearly doubled. Behind the headlines, a deeper transformation is underway. Leaks, policy shifts, and quiet alliances are converging into a single pattern, a controlled transfer of power. The Economist warns that the greatest threat to Trump's presidency may not come from Democrats or the courts, but from within his own team. The administration, it writes, now faces internal contradictions as dangerous as its external challenges. For now, Vance maintains public loyalty, smiling beside Trump at rallies and photo ops. But beneath that surface calm, Washington insiders say the balance of power is already shifting. If these trends continue, America could soon witness something unprecedented. A presidency that remains in name, but whose real power has quietly passed into the hands of the vice president and his inner circle.